All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're talking about a complete game changer. We're going to see how a single piece of software is fundamentally rewriting the rules of filmmaking from the ground up. By the end of this, we'll unpack exactly how creators are right now crafting hyper-realistic cinema from a blank canvas in under an hour and a half, and more importantly, we're going to look ahead to why the upcoming release of Seedance 2.5 is poised to change the film industry forever.
Section 1. A confession in the dark.
Imagine this for a second. What if an AI, alone in the dark for 40 years, learned how to feel? What if the signal it sent wasn't a distress call, it was a confession?
So here's the lore we're working with. The setting is the year 2089. There's this decommissioned space station called Helix 7, and it's gone totally dark. No survivors, zero signal for 40 long years, just dead silence in the void of space. And then suddenly, Mission Control gets one single transmission, originating from Helix 7. And the message they find waiting for them, simply, "I knew you would come, I sent for you." I mean, wow. Talk about incredibly tense, high-stakes science fiction.
But here's the fascinating reality of modern creation. 8 scenes, under 90 minutes of work, 0 cameras. Every single frame you see, every shadow, every subtle lens flare, and every lighting cue in that Helix 7 short film was 100% AI generated. The creator built a whole shebang right inside CapCut PC using Seedance 2.0. To go from a completely blank screen to a finished cinematic short in under an hour and a half, that's just wild.
Section 2. The native 4K advantage.
So how is this fidelity even possible? Well, there's a stark contrast between the old generation method and this new paradigm. When Seedance 2.0 first launched, the workflow was to generate your video at a standard 720p, and then you'd have to use an upscaler afterwards to try and make it look high definition. But that old process is retroactive, The software is literally just guessing what the pixels should look like. It's not real detail. The new way, however, uses native 4K rendering. That means the 4K detail is baked right into the generation itself from the very first pixel. It totally eliminates that blurry, upscaled guesswork. So the crucial takeaway here is that locking in that 4K resolution setting is your foundational step. It takes a text prompt and transforms it into cinematic reality. You absolutely have to tell the software, "Hey, I demand native 4K right out of the gate." It's live right now in Seedance 2.0, and trust me, it is what takes your project from an amateur test to actual studio-level quality.
Moving on to Section 3. The scene duration strategy.
Now, this is how you actually direct an AI. You can't just guess your clip lengths and hope for the best. Notice how a 5-second generation is reserved strictly for tight close-ups and reaction beats. High-impact moments that need zero complex motion. Stepping up to the 10-second option, well, that's your sweet spot for environmental and atmospheric shots. Think slow, creeping drifts or eerie corridor walks. And finally, you save that maximum 15-second generation for the really big cinematic moments. The sweeping wide space shots, the massive AI core reveals, the dramatic final pullbacks. You must match the generation duration to what the scene actually demands.
Section 4. Unifying with color grading. Okay, so tying it all together requires a very specific strategy. First, obviously, you lay those 8 generated scenes across your timeline in story order. But the real secret sauce here, the one step that separates a random collection of AI clips from an actual cohesive film, is color grading. For Helix 7, the creator applied a uniform cold blue grade across all 8 clips. That single decision forces all those separate pieces of media into one shared visual universe. It completely prevents that disjointed, recognizable AI output feel that ruins so many other projects.
And the result of this incredibly streamlined workflow? Real story, real tension, and genuine emotional impact. It's just astonishing that a creator can go from a totally blank canvas to a polished, emotionally resonant film in under an hour and a half, just by combining CapCut PC, Seedance 2.0's native 4K, and some smart, fundamental filmmaking techniques.
Which brings us to Section 5. Why Seedance 2.5 changes film.
30. I really want that number to sink in for a second, because this right here is where the industry changes. Seedance 2.5 is introducing native 30-second video generation from a single prompt. That is literally double the limit of what Seedance 2.0 gives us right now. 30 seconds of coherent, continuous story from just one single text prompt. The narrative possibilities this opens up for long-take dialogue scenes and sustained action sequences, it's absolutely staggering. And 50. Because if 30 seconds of generation wasn't enough of a leap, Seedance 2.5 is going to allow creators to ingest up to 50 reference assets simultaneously into one single generation. We are talking about feeding the AI 50 different images, audio clips, and even full 3D models to dictate exactly how a scene should look, feel, and move. No way, right?
To synthesize all of this together, these Seedance 2.5 upgrades, the native 30-second generations, the 50 simultaneous reference assets, and the brand new localized editing capabilities, they are designed to completely eliminate the current bottlenecks of AI video. It's no longer just about generating a pretty image, folks. It's about unprecedented consistency and granular control over your vision. And with a target release date mentioned for the first week of July, this paradigm shift is right around the corner. So what does this all mean for us? Why does it matter? Because you now effectively have a Hollywood studio right on your PC. The power to generate massive, localized, cinematic worlds, to perfectly control the lighting, the duration, and the tone. It's no longer locked behind millions of dollars of studio funding. It is entirely in your hands, sitting right on your desktop.
Which leaves us with one massive question to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. As Seedance 2.5 totally shatters the boundaries of what a single person can do, what happens to the film industry when anyone, anywhere, with a blank canvas can create an absolute masterpiece in under 90 minutes? Something to think about for sure. Thanks for joining me today. Keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next one.